The lotus leaf is just one example of nature's microscopic marvels. All around us, nature has harnessed this invisible world to do truly remarkable things.
We're all used to keeping our feet on the ground. But wouldn't it be great if we could defy gravity? Well, what I'm doing right now is pretty amazing. Of course, it wouldn't be possible without an army of helpers. Wouldn't it be great if we could do this for real, with absolutely no outside assistance? Well, there is an animal who can, the gecko. It can run up vertical surfaces and across ceilings. And the secret to how it can do that is hidden in the micro world of the invisible.
So just how does the gecko defy gravity? He may look like your average lizard. 5 inches long, scaly skin, all the usual lizard stuff. But there's nothing ordinary about his ability to cling tightly to any surface. Pressed against a sheet of glass, his toes are splayed out to give maximum grip. Each of them is no bigger than a fingernail. But what exactly is it that's holding them on? Could it be the claws? It's puzzled scientists for years. But it turns out scientists weren't looking closely enough. On each tiny toe, there are a dozen parallel ridges, each with a soft, velvet-like surface. Microscopic photography reveals that the surface transforms into hundreds of thousands of tiny hairs. But move in closer still, and they reveal a quite astonishing phenomenon. At 100,000 times magnification, suddenly you can see that each of these 500,000 hairs has itself split ends at the tip, which create even finer hairs. 10 million could fit on a pinhead. And that's the secret. The gecko has created a vast area in contact with the surface of the glass. It's all to do with something called van der Waals force. At the micro level, this force pulls molecules together, a bit like magnets. And the bigger the surface area, the greater the attraction. It's a very weak bond over a single hair, but multiplied by 10 million or more, and it's incredibly strong. So strong, it can take 10 times the gecko's body weight to prise the animal off a surface. And in fact, the gecko has had to develop a unique toe-curling method to unstick himself, time and time again. We all know small is beautiful. It turns out it can be really rather clever as well. And it's only when we drop into the world of the invisible that we realize just how awesome some of the things we take for granted really are. The Humber Bridge, completed in 1981, it's one of the longest single-span suspension bridges in the world. But if you think the bridge is a masterpiece of structural engineering, then up here you'll find an engineering miracle. The spider's web, unchanged in over 100 million years, and one of nature's most successful designs. I don't particularly like spiders, and therefore by association spiders' webs either. But get past that and speed things up, and suddenly we're watching a master architect at work. First, he uses one type of silk to spin across and connect the primary strands of the web, creating the spokes. And that's what gives the structure strength. Next, he turns back on himself and uses a different type of silk, a particularly sticky type of silk, to spin the lethal trap for any insect that touches it. Job done. A free zone is left at the hub, and now he sits and waits. Researchers the world over are trying to discover the microscopic secrets of a spider's web.
Okay, what I'm doing now is purely in the interests of science, really not because I want to. In here, yeah?
To study one, first you've got to catch one.
Okay. Right, good. Good, it's lovely. I like it, it's very good. So, right. This is a nightmare. I'm in a greenhouse full of spiders' webs. Okay. She's moving! Definitely moving! Oh, she's moved. Yeah. Okay. Simple act. Just in, catch. What's the best holiday you've ever been on? Yeah. Ooh. Zip, going in. Let's not make a big thing about it. Tom? Yep. This is actually the tough role in this job. Oh, God. Oh. Yeah, I could have done that. I could have done that. Okay, well, we've got her, and I bet you were glad I was here to help. Let's go out now. Do you want to open the door? Just... yeah, in the... Okay, thank you. Go.
Now we've caught our spider. The next step is to, milk it, apparently.
So now I'm just going to pin one down next to her.
So you're not harming her?
No, absolutely not. And then I just pin the other one, constrain her.
Now, I've never actually milked a spider before, funnily enough. Still, always a first time.
Right, what I have to do now is grasp this little thread extending at the back of her abdomen and pull. Simple as that. And out comes a seemingly endless thread being made in the tiny silk factory at the back of the spider.
This spider could produce 700 meters of silk in one continuous strand. But to discover why the silk is so strong, we need to have a closer look at the spider itself. This is the actual spider, at 12,000 times magnification. Here, on the abdomen, are 4 organs known as spinnerets. Each of them is dotted with lots of mobile finger-like spigots which squirt out liquid protein. As the liquid leaves the spider, it dries on contact with the air, forming a super strong thread. And twisting several strands together gives the thread even more strength. Each spider can produce several different types of silk from their spinnerets. From sticky sheets used to wrap the victim, to an incredibly strong single thread.
You're kind of aware of the toughness of this stuff that's just disproportionate to its scale. It's so fine. That's, well, 1/30th the thickness of human hair. And yet, you can feel it you can exert pressure on it, you can feel the bounce in it. If this thread were as thick as a pencil, it could tow an ocean liner with ease.
But the genius of the web lies not just in the strong thread, but in how it's used. And that secret lies in the water droplets at every junction. Inside each droplet, strands of web are tightly curled. Scientists believe that when a fly slams into it, these strands unravel, allowing the web to flex and stretch without breaking. We've already learned from some of the spider's tricks. But now we're going even further, harnessing the microscopic secrets of the natural world to design completely new man-made structures, capable of withstanding the most powerful forces, as I'm about to demonstrate with a large piece of fruit.
That is a watermelon. And this is a Glock 17, 9mm semi-automatic pistol. It can fire rounds at up to 300 meters a second. It really is no match.
Well, that was hardly a surprise.
For your average melon to stand any chance against a bullet like that, it's going to need some serious protection. Something like this, made of aramid, a very strong but lightweight material that's become standard issue body armour for police, military and, well, now watermelons.
The bullet is travelling at over 600 miles an hour. But on impact, the thin fibres in the jacket are so strong and densely woven, they spread the energy. Good news for Mr. Melon.
Well, stop the bullet. I can feel it. Yeah. Still not a good day for the melon.
Clearly, even more protection wouldn't go amiss. And the microscopic world might have the answer. In, of all things, this puff of smoke. Except this isn't really smoke. It's actually minute strands of the strongest fibre on Earth. This man-made carbon thread is 5 times thinner than a human hair, but 10 times stronger than steel. Each tiny thread is made up of thousands of even finer strands. And each of those is made of thousands of yet smaller strands. In fact, every single fibre is built from more than 1 million tubes of carbon, just 1 atom thick. And it's unbelievably strong.